if there's one thing that you guys asked me to address, it's this.
So I wasn't going to make this video, but it's extremely concerning to me just how many people really allow Cynple this much influence here in the natural community. And I don't fault y'all, but it's just really concerning because she's anti-natural hair because she couldn't do natural hair even on her best day because all she knows how to do is relax straight hair. And actually, and if you follow her for quite some time, you know that she was a huge advocate for relaxers and relaxed hair, and we know the dangers and the risks associated with that. I've done a video years ago highlighting her misinformation of basic cosmetology theory and concepts, and how her cosmetology instructor completely failed her. You can watch that video here, linked in the info bar below. But please stop giving this woman so much clout and so much influence here on this platform. It's just no. Just no. And just, hey. So you guys know I haven't really been very active here on the platform lately. And despite that, there's been a certain hair creator that has been putting out video after video after video talking about me. At least 3 videos where I'm either featured or referenced to in the past 6 months. Over a beef that was like literally over 6 years ago. That's been squashed. And this person isn't even woman enough to call me out by name or really say what it is that they're trying to get off their chest. You really holding on to this grudge 6 years ago? Sis, that was before COVID. I need you to move. I need you to get help and move on. Seriously. For you to be harboring this much hate is crazy.
The first answer is never. We're just getting started. But I want to first start by saying, as a woman, I have never and will never have beef with a man. But let's just go ahead and start from day one. These videos started popping up on my news feed, or people started making me aware that there was someone making a video about me, like that these videos were popping up. Now, when this first started, I was probably around like 24. I'm 25. I mean 25, Lord. I'm 35 right now today. But I was in my early 20s when this first started. Like, we'll have the exact dates, but if I'm not mistaken, like one of the first videos that I saw was like 7-8 years ago. Now, this is around the same time that I decided that I was going to step from behind the chair, right? And I decided, like, okay, well, I've already went into that. It's a video about that, link in the description box below. And I made my decision that I was going to, you know, transition into the science of hair. So my channel, my videos began to be focused more on like the bonds and the different things that I knew that most of you hadn't heard before, right? And I have this shirt on right now because I need y'all to understand the hustle that y'all have been living through. But I decided, you know, that I was going to step from behind the chair, focus on the science. So my channel, I was transitioning my channel to focus more on the bonds and things of that nature. So as I was doing that, I wasn't making any videos directly about one specific person. I didn't have to, right? Those videos that I had, and I'll leave some of them here on the screen, the videos that I'm talking about bonds and porosity. I was one of the first people in our genre that was talking about Olaplex, right? These were around my beginning Olaplex days and things of that nature. So as I began to make this type of content, right, this person began to do reaction videos to my stuff. And this is the thing, that's fine. Let's be real, like, to date, no one walking the face of this earth can ever say that they got a strike against their channel because of me. Because get your money. I am not tripping. I look like a boy. I need to put some earrings on. Wait a minute. Okay, so anyway, at this point I began I began to make, I stepped away from behind the chair videos. In the description box, I have 2 different videos. And right after I stepped from behind the chair and stepped back, if y'all look at the dates, like it's around the same time that this person began just going hard making videos about me. But if you look at it around that time, that's the thing, right? But I digress. On a regular basis, like, oh, Sam's a fraud. So there were 2 things that made this so effed up, right? The first thing was the simple fact that because one of the reaction videos, or one of the things that they did talking about me, has over 1 million views, right? And because most women around that time, right, were all the negative, it was so freaking easy to rage bait black women. And one of the number 1 rage baiting things around that time was Cynple, and Cynple saying that oils and butters and greases are going to lead to alopecia and CCCA, that using rice water in your scalp will eventually lead to balding and you killing the follicle. And everything that I have ever said today in 2025 has came to pass. But around that time, as a scientist, I was putting the information out there because I'm like, okay, wow, I know what hair weathering is, but maybe if I make these videos and I put the science out there, they'll start thinking for themselves and they'll just track it and they can catch it before it happens. So that way hair weathering won't show up. Because when I was learning from some of the dermatologists that I was being taught by, they were showing up like, as scientists, you have theories and form hypotheses, and the hypothesis around that time was that around 2025 dermatologists were going to get this spike and this peak in payments, and this peak in in clients and stuff because of the Team Natural community. Most of the things that I learned from dermatologists. So as they're showing me this repetitive cycle, they're like, this next generation, soon this is gonna happen. So I would come online and I would make videos trying to pre-warn everybody, but time after time after time, I would constantly get videos like this.
So I'm coming down with a sinus infection, so please forgive me if I sound a little breathy. But this person wants to know my thoughts on getting together with Cynple, having an open discussion on a live or something like that, where we discuss cosmetology and things that we agree on and things that we disagree on. Here's the thing. There's a lot of things that a lot of you, I feel like you're conflating. First off, there's no beef between me and Cynple. There is no beef. I've always said this. I'm not beefing with her. I'm not directing at you. It's just a lot of people that keep saying this. We literally are 2 professionals that just disagree on some things. I've always said, like, if I was to meet Cynple, I feel like I would have a kiki with her, because I feel like she could be kind of funny and goofy, and like we could vibe off of that. But there's no hate in my heart towards this woman, so please stop with this. Oh, he beefing with her. It's no beef. Secondly, I've always been open to having any type of open discussion with any stylist that I've had a disagreement with. If you pay attention, everyone that I've gotten into it with, they were the ones who blocked me. They were the ones that cut off communication with me. I've never blocked anyone. I've never cut off anyone. I've never tried to strike anyone's channel. I've never done any of that. So it's not me being closed off to anything like that. I've always been open up. I've always encouraged having a discussion with that. Y'all saw that with the strawberry curl situation. Alright, number 3, this is the last point. When it comes to Cynple, a lot of people are like, oh, well, you say this and Cynple says that. You're starting to sound like Cynple. Please. If you ever want to insult me, just tell me I sound like Cynple, because that's one of the most insulting things you can say to me, because Cymple's approach and understanding of hair is based on an improper understanding of cosmetology theory, basic foundational cosmetology theory. So even though we might say the same thing, such as, oh, we both feel like protective styles is damaging natural's hair, you have to dig deeper than that and really understand our reasoning behind why we're saying the things that we're saying. She's just anti-natural hair. She's never done a protective style in her life. Her understanding of protective styles and what's happening is very limited. Me, on the other hand, I've done it. I've done it successfully. I've experienced it in my own hair numerous times. So I have a different perspective when it comes to that. it's the equivalent of trying to play tennis with somebody who does not know how to play tennis. First off, tennis, you need two people to play tennis. But when you go to play tennis with someone that doesn't know how to play, you're concerned about how you're hitting the ball, like how you're, serving it up. And now you got to be concerned about not only how you're hitting, but now you got to take time and energy to help this person understand how to hit the ball, have proper form, proper technique. And so, we're just not on the same level when it comes to being able to have a discussion like that.
And so, because you guys saw so many of those videos, and because I tugged on an emotion, right? Because at the end of the day, now everybody's like team sit down, like, I didn't want to listen before. I'm like, this girl didn't know what she was talking about, but now, and it's like, it's cool or whatever. I appreciate you. I appreciate your accountability, but I really need y'all to understand that even though it's surface level for you, and even though it's entertainment for you, the decisions and the choices that y'all made and the people that y'all allowed yourself to entertain has such a negative effect on my channel and my business. And let me explain. So around the time when I first stopped doing hair instead from behind the chair, the algorithm was not a thing. It was literally maybe like 8 or 9 months after I decided that I no longer wanted to do hair that the algorithm came. What does that mean? That means that prior to me stopping doing hair, right, and prior to this person constantly making all of these videos and talking about me, the algorithm was not a thing. So anytime I posted a video, if you were subscribed to my channel, you got it. But then the algorithm comes into play. And so at the time when the algorithm was coming into play, the computer was still learning things. And at this time, and it's just a coincidence, and it was such a blessing. So please know that I am in no way like, oh, I'm so sad, feel sorry for me. Like, this is a blessing, right? But let's just unpack it. So around this time, this person is making video after video about me. I'm talking about sitting on live for hours, like just all of these personal attacks and all of the things. So I'm getting all of these personal attacks, and like I said, one of their videos, I don't know about all of them. Like, all I know is when I type in my name, when I search my own name, y'all know how y'all ask me questions and I'm like, oh, I did a video on that, let me look for it, and I'll search my own name. Every time I search my name, his face pops up. So you can't help but to be irritated or to always be reminded of it. But this has been going on for over 7 years, so I've learned how to just constantly throw it in the back of my head, and we'll get to that in a second. I'm telling you the story first, and then we'll get into my commentary after. Anyway, so I stopped doing hair or whatnot, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna focus on the science. And at this point, I was learning about herbalism, but I wasn't a herbalist yet. I wasn't finished with my courses or nothing. I was still in my learning phases. But as it pertains to trichology and the scalp and all of that stuff, like, I was done with that. So those were the things that I was bringing. And every time I would bring something online, it would be video after video. This is lying, this is misinformation, this is misinformation. And I'm like, what? Like, and whenever I would go to work, or whenever I would go to clinical and I would be around the dermatologist I would learn from, they will always encourage me, like, saying it's okay, like, you just keep going. One day one day they won't have a choice but to listen, because they'll be coming in to see me. All you can do is just put the information out there. And again, every time I put the information out, oh, misinformation this, misinformation that. And it was so bad to the point that there was so much rage being farmed around my name and the type of content that I was creating, that people started making Reddit pages and Reddit posts about me. It was just this never ending with a snowball. It just kept growing. So again, I'm gonna keep saying this, like, I don't understand why you think that this will ever go away. No, you are going to pay for the things that you've done and for the things that you've built up. Like, it's just what it is, right? So anywho, as time like kept going on or whatever, it just kept snowballing, like to Reddit post after Reddit post. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She's a fraud. She's a fraud. Then I'm like, okay, I have hydrogenated superativa. Let me be one of those creators that's real and authentic. I'm like, maybe if I go a little deeper and I share my disorder, like hydrogenated superativa is something that has nothing to do with hairstyling. It has nothing to do with nothing. And people have different trigger spots. My trigger spot is right here. It's healed now, but at the time it was like skin bald with a little pieces of hair. I'll put a picture right here, and I put that out there just to show y'all like I'm human too. Like, yes, I'm telling you not to do these things, but it's because I learned it and I had to first not do these things. So I put that out there, and then I do that. There's now a video about me, like the damn title is a picture of the bald spot on my head. Like, see, she don't know what she talking about. Look at this. She not no natural hair specialist. So it just snowballed, and then it turned. When I say the ball of hate that you grew got so large, right, that people started reporting my channel. And anybody who watches like they, you know, those videos is like all about YouTube or whatever, YouTube growth or whatnot. So once make sure. Once a bunch of people start reporting a video or reporting a channel, while YouTube's computer is figuring out what's going on, those people start to get dropped in the algorithm. Like, y'all, it was so bad to the point where I would post a video and my video would get flagged before I could even post it. Like, y'all, they were like reporting my video so tough. And I need y'all to understand, I'm just being transparent. When I first stopped doing hair, right, when I first stopped doing hair, one of the main reasons that I could do it was because of YouTube, right? Because the algorithm wasn't a thing, and because the hate train had not started yet. The send out hate train had not started yet. So there was nothing on my channel. There was nothing limiting my videos. There was nothing pushing the algorithm against me. There were not I'm not exaggerating when I say there were hundreds of people reporting my stuff. And thank God the way the YouTube systems work, they like, okay, they could see that it was spam coming from a certain direction. Like, my husband was on the phone with YouTube multiple times. Like, it. So again, when we say things like, oh, you're still talking about this, it's like, my nigga. So anyway, so during this time, I am not going to sit here and lie and say that it was not like fucking with me mentally, because I'm like, oh my God, all I did was try to tell y'all, hey, here's the science, learn this. And I'm just getting all of this pushback to the point like I would film a video, upload it, go to sleep, wake up, my first thing I'm seeing as soon as I wake up in the morning, bitch, you don't know what you talking about. He already proved you wrong and all of this shit, right? And I love y'all, but some of the same women that are like, oh my God, Sarah, I love you, they're the same ones. If you go look in the comments, some of y'all probably at this point you've deleted your comments and stuff, but it's the same women. But what's great about it, and y'all know that I'm not making it up, because here on the screen for sure, these are two different women that say that word for word verbatim. It's the long, they both long ones, so these gonna be up here for a while. But both of them were like, hey, like, oh my God, like I first heard about you because this person was talking bad about you, because this person was saying this. It was to the point where I was having I'm not going to speak negatively of the brand, but it was this one brand that I was going to work with, and whenever they reached out to me, we had been working together for a minute, and around this time, like, y'all have to understand how YouTube and how social media works. Like, whenever something is like that high in the algorithm, basically in so many words, that was like, working with me is going to be a liability, because it was so much negativity surrounding my name in the blogs based on these videos that were made about me that were clearly false. Like, we all know I was never a champion for relaxers, but have I made videos saying have I made videos saying that relaxers aren't horrible, and if you do relaxers a certain way that is not bad and it's good for your hair? Absolutely, I did, because it's true. But it was like, oh, she champions relaxers and she's not a natural hair expert and all of the things. So I'm not gonna sit up here and lie and say that I didn't want to make a video about it day after day and time in and time out. So yeah, every once in a while I'll be like, ooh, little seashells by the seashore in your little beard. Like, yes, you will forever catch a stray, absolutely, 1000%. But one of the main reasons that I have not spoken on it like this is because I have 2 children. I have a soon to be 14-year-old daughter and soon to be 13-year-old son. Both my daughter and son have YouTube channels. No, I'm not dropping them, but both of my children have YouTube channels, and yes, we watch them, we have passwords, all of the things. My daughter is the child that is about to be 14 years old, and she one day came to me and asked me about the situation. She said, Mom, I saw this hate video about you. And my stomach just dropped, because first of all, one of the main reasons why, there are 2 reasons that I didn't address it the way that I wanted to address it off rip. The first reason is because my husband asked me not to. When I first told him about the situation, he like, what? He like, what is this? What's this shit? Who? Let me see. Like, what is this stuff? Then my husband went to his page, and like probably 15 minutes after he asked me what his YouTube was, my husband sent me this video and was like, babe, seriously, ignore him.
Okay, yeah. Yes. Shaking too. He's shaking too. Is it really? Oh, okay. Here we go. She's walking towards the cameraman. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm going. Are you doing up and down? Yeah.
So I giggled a little bit, we laughed about it, and then I kind of just threw it under the bus. And then me and my husband had like a long conversation about it, and he was like, babe, just ignore it, because we don't do this internet, we don't do internet beef. Like, first of all, what is this? Oh, me beef between me and Cynple, it's squash. First of all, no, it's not. First of all, let's say this: I don't beef with boys. I don't have any beef with anybody. There is no beef between me and this person. I started making videos. This person thought that my video would be something interesting to react to. They disagreed with what I had to say. I had so many people sending me stuff. Oh, this person is saying negative stuff. It's like, oh, her instructor failed her. It wasn't about the science. It wasn't about the video. They were personal shots. So when people started telling me about that, the one time I responded, my husband was like, Cynthia, why did you do that? Like, don't do that no more. He's like, because I don't do internet beef. My husband's from the D. I'm from Detroit too, but I'm like from the west side. He's from the west side too, but I'm from like west side over there by Renaissance. My husband is like from the ghetto part of the west side. Like, it's like first 48 part, like over there. That's where he's from. So my husband's like, Cynthia, I don't do this internet shit. Like, I don't do internet stuff. Like, where is he at? Where do this nigga stay? And I'm like, hey, okay, stay less. Like, because my husband doesn't play about me, and we don't play internet games. So the beef between me and Cynple, what are you talking about? There's no beef. And I think one thing that even annoys me about it is that the audience are women. A bunch of women that are always like, oh, like, respect all women and support all women. The audience surrounding the videos are other women being entertained by a man. I digress. Whatever. So the reason again that first reason is because my husband was like, Cynthia, unless that nigga come out here or he comes anywhere near you, say anything, like you having an event, he pop up, I'ma be there. Like, but other than that, he's like, I'm not about to do this fake internet YouTube back and forth shit. I don't do that. Say less. And it was in the he don't raise his voice, it was in the comments. But if you from Detroit, New York, Chicago, you already know, like, I don't even have to so from that point on, I was like, okay. And then the second reason is because my daughter started being active on YouTube. My daughter got over 25,000 subscribers on YouTube in under 6 months. So her YouTube channel was growing so fast, and of course, like, haters come with that. No, my daughter's face is not on YouTube or at all. She's an amazing artist, like an amazing artist, and so is my son. But my son does like he'll I don't know what to call it, but more like building. Like, he's going to be somebody's architect, somebody, like, anyway. But my daughter, she has a YouTube channel. So my daughter is experiencing YouTube, right? Mind you, we monitor the comments and all of that stuff, so she doesn't like hate YouTube, hate and stuff like that. No, but she's about to be 14, so she's not a baby anymore. And the things that were like, oh, my little baby, I'm hiding from her, so innocent, that shit's over with now. My daughter is about to be 14 years old. So my daughter came across it and she was like, Mom, she was like, I was like, oh my God, like, you watched the whole thing? She was like, yeah. And she was like, it was just so weird. She was like, after she looked at his video, then she went on my channel and she started looking, and she was just like, Mom, I'm so proud of you. She was like, you never stooped to his level. You never came and was all like ratchet, because my daughter do not like that. She'd be like, oh my God, like, that's so ghetto. Like, I just can't. Mom, please stop. Like, I don't want to be around that. I just can't. So, in so many words, then she was like, she said, Mom, I just want to tell you, like, I'm so proud of you. Like, you didn't stoop to his level, you ignored that, blah 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 blah. She said, but I do think you should defend yourself. She said, because he's been making videos about you for 9 years and you haven't said anything. And she was like, even when you made your videos, like, the only thing that you were doing is trying to give people education, and then they start making all these hate pages. Like, it's crazy. Like, and then my son was like, I don't even want to see it. Like, my daughter went to show my son the video, and my son was like, I don't even want to see it. He was like, cause if that's gonna make me upset. Like, his exact words, he ain't say that's gonna piss me off, but he was like, that's gonna make me mad if I'm to watch somebody just talking crap about my mom. Like, I don't want to see that. And he was like, cause I'm gonna get bigger and I'm gonna put the hands on him. I was like, son, relax, like, relax. So, but when my daughter said that, I was like, ugh. And she was like, oh Mom, she was like, because, and then my daughter noticed, she was like, now when I look at your comments, she was like, there's so many people saying that they came directly from these videos. And my daughter was like, people are saying stuff like, oh, do you have beef, or you got beef? Like, they really think that you guys had a problem with each other and it wasn't mutual. Like, oh, you were talking about him, he's talking about you, y'all got beef with each other. No, that's not what happened. And I was like, and I was just sitting there letting her talk. Mind you, my daughter's birthday is coming up in December 30th, but she's not 14 yet. She'll be 14 soon. So I'm just sitting there listening to her like, hell no. Like, granted, because I got the lock on her electronics, but then she had my phone one day, and when she had my phone, she searched my name looking. She's like, oh, I love looking at my mom's videos, and saw that, and then that's what happened. And she was in the bed with me, and I think I had fell asleep. That's how that got started. So moreover, you know, you can't help but to bring it up or to think about those things when your child brings it to you. So I'm like, okay, that was one of the main reasons why I decided to make the video in general, because I do have a lot of you come to my channel that haven't, like, it's your first time seeing me, you don't know about it, and you haven't heard of him either. And I don't want all of y'all having this impression like, oh, seeing you in beef with this person. Like, no, since when do women beef with men? Like, can somebody please tell me when that happened? Like, I remember when I was a little girl, my dad always taught me, you don't play hitting games with boys and you don't argue with boys. My daddy taught me that when I was very little. I don't argue with boys. I don't play hitting games with boys. Even this video itself is not directed at this person. That's why I keep saying this person, because I don't even want to directly make a video towards you, because regardless, just because you like men the way that I like men does not make me and you equal. We're not. We're not. You're just a man that likes men, but I'm still a woman, and there's no reason for, what are you talking about? There's no reason for us to have beef or anything like that. But I also need you to understand that when you step in a pile of shit without looking at where you was going before you stepped in that pile of shit, and you smear it, wherever you smear it, wherever you leave an imprint, that's on you. That's on you. So when I teach, I like to paint pictures, right? So because I like to paint pictures when I tell stories, right, I also like to use my real life experience. So this is for this person and anybody else. It is not my fault if you've made yourself a character within my story. That's not my fault. That's your fault. That's your choice. You made that choice. And just like I had no opinion, I couldn't stop it, I had absolutely no control over your opinions, over what you had to say, over how many times you made a video, over how long you said, over how many hours you said talking shit about me. I had no control over the hundreds upon hundreds of people who flagged my channel, who disliked my videos, who were writing hate comments, who were writing hate messages towards me. I had fucking no control over that shit. None. But you know what I did have control of? I had control over the narrative. Because the thing is, I am a master alchemist. A master alchemist. And this situation was one of my biggest tests, because I was able to transmute this energy into something completely different, because it was so much to experience the algorithm changing and shifting completely out of my favor. And I have no shame in saying it. You know why? Because it wasn't just me. Now today in 2025, if you go on YouTube, there are people with millions of subscribers that can't even get 2,000-3,000 views on a video. I'm not embarrassed about none of that, because I know that creation is bringing and aligning me with the people that are here to hear what I have to say, and the people who don't will fall by the wayside. It is what it is. This situation made my skin so thick it makes no sense. But I need you to understand that, again, nobody's gonna have control over the way that I defend myself against it. Nobody's gonna have control over the amount of time that I bring it up. Nobody's going to control the amount of videos that I post about it, using it as a reference. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Energy is neither created nor destroyed. It's passed from one source to the next, and it is up to one of the new source to determine how they're going to alchemize and use that energy. And if you put yourself in a position to be alchemized, then that is on you, and that has absolutely nothing to do with me. So these are the things that I need us to think about, and these are the things that I need you to know as you come on my channel new. I have beef with no one, especially a man. I started making videos about the science that everybody's now following today. That's why this comment was everything to me, because she's like, hey, like, it's all cute and stuff, and I know you all on your forgive and forget era, but she like, it's just real funny to me that like now that y'all all going bald, now she know what she talking about. But before y'all started losing y'all hair, she didn't know what she was talking about. She was all of these names. Like, when are y'all gonna hold yourself accountable? And see, my issue is not with this person. I don't give a damn. I don't, and you know that I don't, because like I said, this shit has been going on for years. It's insanity to me for anybody to be in my comments like, see, don't address it, stop. Because the reason that people are able to do shit like this is because people don't address it, right? And when people like me address things like this, we're gaslit. Like, why are you so mad? Why you got so much unforgiveness? Why you got so much hate? Baby, there is no hate in my heart. There was. And I had to deal with myself before I allowed myself to get on YouTube and record it. Because I understand that it's forever. Like, when it first happened, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have control over my he was like, it's not that I don't want you to defend yourself or to say whatever you want to say. He was like, because I got your back, it don't matter.